Send the latest recordings. Can you send the latest?
Yeah. So today's topic is like we're gonna discuss on like how do we set up geographies within the application. So like before like starting with the setup, so I would like to give an overview of what is geography is. So like geography is something like an geography is nothing but the location, I can say in general terms. So where it consists of all the parameters like country, state, county, province, city, town, postal code, all these things will come under geography only. So if yesterday, if you notice at the account level in the address section, we are selecting all these address parameters. So all these will be coming from the geography only. So as part of our initial implementation setup, so we need to set up the geographies as well. So I will walk you through like how do we set up geographies within the application. So this setup, all the initial setup will come under the setup and maintenance. So in the setup and maintenance, here in the setup, so we need to go to sales. So selected sales. Yeah. So like I think in sales foundation, we will be able to find it. So here if you see, so this is one of the required task in sales foundation which we need to configure. So it's a manage geographies. So this is a task name. So let me click on it. So here if you see like this is a search where here like we will be able to search for different countries. Let me search for United States as the code is US. So as the United States is already been enabled. So if it is not imported, for example, if you would if your business like is would like to start a new branch or would like to do a business in a new country where the geography has not been configured for that particular country. So in that case, like here you need to like in the manage geographies, you need to search for the country. Okay, the country will be shown here. So for that, so how do you identify whether geography has been enabled or not? So by looking at these two, structure defined and hierarchy defined. So here these two are completed. It means the geography has been defined for this country. So for in the same way, for the new country which you would like to add the define the geography for that country, if you search, so these two will not be completed. So in that case, you need to select this particular row, uh, particular result, highlight it, and click on the actions, and you will see this import geography data enabled. Now it is grayed out because it's already been enabled. So for that particular country, you need to click on import geography data. So once you click on import geography data, in the background, the system will take everything into uh, systems control, and it will process the geography data for the specific country. Okay, so this is how we will import a geography data for a new country. As United States, it's already been enabled. We'll talk more about these things which are showing up here. Okay, once it is enabled, so we have this geocoding defined over here. What is geocoding actually? Geocoding is nothing but, so whatever the address address attributes or the address elements which you have entered in a record. So once you enable the geocoding within the application, those address elements will be converted into latitude and longitude. So when it get converts the, for example, for a XYZ account, you have entered some US address with some US random postal code in Texas or California, somewhere like that. Okay, so once you like enable the geocoding, what happens is basically this is one thing which you can get out of it. So it will convert the address which you have entered for that particular account to the latitude and longitude. When it converts it into latitude and longitude, so it would be easy for us based on those like those two values, we will be able to locate that particular account in the maps, in the Google Maps, or in we will be also having the mobile app where once we have the this geocoding enabled, we need to run some job in the backend, like populate latitude, longitude for accounts, contacts like that. So where it will populate for all the accounts where the address is been provided, it will convert into latitude and longitude coordinates, and we will be able to locate those accounts in the maps. So with that, like we can easily find out the address of that particular customer. So you are clear till here, right?
Yeah. So when you enable this in backend, some program will store the latitude and longitude, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And regarding maps, what did you tell? Map.
So these
So we can.
once these converts into latitude and longitudes, we can easily locate that particular customer or contact in the maps where it is
Okay.
exactly that particular location. Rather
Okay.
than
So this
knowing
link will
the
be visible in mobile or
like in the mobile, yeah, in the mobile app, like we have this capability by using
not
geocode.
not in Windows app. Is this
No,
app, right?
not in the SUI. Yeah, simplified UI, I think no, but I'm not sure on that. But mobile, like we can have this.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm, Next, coming to the address cleansing defined, like when we have enabled this particular thing, what happens is, so for example, like for yesterday, if you notice, for a United States, we have entered few address elements like address line one, country, county, postal code, and these things. When we enable the address cleansing, what happens is, so it will like identify or what we say, identify or like whether you are entering the address properly or not as per the geography. So here in the geography, so when I explain you the hierarchy defined, so I'll walk you through whatever the address elements or the values or postal code that been defined for United States. So based on this geography data, whether user is entering it properly or not. So that's the thing about address cleansing defined. Okay. Then the structure defined. So like I would like to walk you through this by clicking on it. So like this is a structure which has been defined for United States. So structure is nothing but each and every, like every geography type will be there. So each and every geography type will have some data in the hierarchy defined. So here it starts from state and county, city, postal code. Country will be there by default. That won't be shown here. But under country, you can assume state. Under state, it will be county. Under county, it will be city. Under city, it will be postal code. How I am saying under this is coming. So here, if you see, there are levels, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So in the same way, the hierarchy is also maintained.
Okay.
And if you see these, so here the geography exists at the level. So geography data, so by these you can understand the geography data is already present in the hierarchy defined for this particular level. So there are some values at this particular level in the same way for postal code as well. Okay, this is what the geography type is. If needed based on the requirement, apart from these, if the business needs some other geography type, you can always feel free to add the geography type by clicking on create and add geography type. Okay. So next, the hierarchy is defined. So it's country, under country, state, under state, I think county. I'm collapsing, like I'm expanding state. So it's county, under county, I think city, under city, it will be postal code. You see, postal code. So this is how, so whatever you have seen in the structure defined, in the same way, the data is also existing this in the same way, if you understand. Okay. So here,
Okay.
like here the there the geography types are there in the structure defined, in the hierarchy defined, this is the type. So for postal code type, this is the one value which is there in this particular city. In the same way, like for Cold Bay also, there will be some postal code under it. Okay. So and here I would like to talk about this particular data provider. So what happens is basically uh, there will be a data provider for the geography. So we won't get the geography data just like that. So someone needs to provide us the geography data for the specific country. So in this case, Vertex is the one which provided data for US country. So in the same way, there will be like locate, or there will be some other custom data providers, or some other third party data providers who can provide us the data. I think Vertex and Locate are the data providers which Oracle will provide by default. If needed, we can also use the geography data which is provided by some third party. Okay. So this is what about data provider. Okay. I would, I don't want to talk about this code type and code data providers. So like here, like if for example, let's take the city or state which we are familiar with. So it's CA, California. So let me take the reverse side. Yeah. So for example, here, if you notice from state down the way, I came till the postal code of a specific city. So in these, if there is a requirement in future, like where there is another postal code which has been newly introduced in this particular city, which is not there in our vertex. Okay. So what we need to do is, there are two ways, like there are two ways. One is, we would raise a support request, service request with Oracle, and ask them, and we can request them to add the particular newly added postal code in the vertex, so that once they get added into the vertex, it will be automatically reflected to us. Okay. Or else the other thing is, we can only, instead of going to the Oracle, we can also add the postal code directly from ourselves in our geography setup. How we can add that particular postal code when it is not present in the database? So like here, for under Big River, we would like to add it, right? So we need to select this particular row. So once we select this, so here we will be seeing the create. So here, like we need to give the postal code. So like I'm giving 123. So by default, whatever we are entering manually, not as part of vertex given data, so the data provider will be user entered, so that would be easy for us. What are the attributes, or what are the data given by Oracle, or what are the things which we entered manually? The missing postal codes basically we enter manually. So those will be like comes with the data provided as user entered. We entered manually, right? So that's the reason. So I'm clicking on save and close. So if you see here, like this has been came up.
Okay.
Here the data provided is it's user entered.
Okay.
Yeah. This is about the hierarchy defined. So anytime like if you would like to, here I have added postal code by selecting city. In the same way, if you would like to add city, you need to select country and you need to give it. So that will be a county. And if you would like to add county, you need to select state and you need to add. So are you clear till here tomorrow?
Now you are able to add everything, right? Then why we need to ask create service request to Oracle?
Like everything, like here, if you notice, I added it manually. So basically, if something comes up by Oracle now, vertex data, so what happens is, so these vertex data will get refreshed for every 3 months. We no need to do anything. Oracle will do some backend things from their side, and will try to update this vertex data. So like it's always better, as we are using the vertex data provided for the specific country. So instead of we creating it manually, until and unless that is more critical, Oracle won't recommend us, because there is a way that Oracle can also provide this postal code and these things, right? So
Hmm.
that's the only thing. If not, like basically we'll go to Oracle when the like postal codes are in bulk, like for let's say like 40 or 50 postal codes are missing in the vertex data. So in that case, we will go to them. If it is just like one or two, we will add it manually.
Okay.
Yeah. So here I have added it manually, but there is other way to like add them manually. That is by importing the geography. So we can use the import management to import new geography types and make them visible over here.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm clicking on cancel. So here I would like to talk about the validation define. So
Yeah.
yeah. So if you see,
What is the tax validation?
sorry, yeah, I will explain you. So here, like this is a address style. I will explain you this once we are like after this. I will walk you through the manage address formats for different countries. Okay, there
Hmm.
like we will be using this particular address validation. So here it is like so tax validation is not as part of sales. So it comes in ERP modules where they will be doing some validation. In taxation they will be also using the geography. So in order to do that, they will be enabling this tax validation for each and every level. Okay, as the sales implementation, we will be using this enable list of values and also this geography validation. So this enable list of values is something, so where instead of showing a free text for user to enter value for each and every geography type or level, so it will show them the drop down to select the values. So what is the use of enabling these list of values? When a free text is being enabled, so users will be entering the data manually over there. So in that case, there will be like many issues, like they might enter it correctly or incorrectly. We are not sure. We cannot guarantee that the data will be correct. But when we enable the list of values, so it will ask users directly to go and select from the drop down. So if they select from the drop down, as they are not entering anything, as they are just searching and selecting, so the data will be clear as per the geography. You got it right?
Okay.
Yeah. So that is one thing. And I also talked about the tax validation. So it will be used in taxation and those areas. So where they also use our geography setup. So they have enabled validation for tax, and here the geography validation. So where we use the geography validation is, we have a concept called territories, which we're gonna cover in future sessions. So in order to use dimension territory as a dimension for this particular level, so we will be enabling it as geography validation defined. So if you see here, so in the top you have these address styles, which selected as United States postal code and United States tax address format. So I will walk you through the address format section. So there you will understand clearly what about these two things. Okay, till here you are clear, right?
Yeah, geography validation for territories, dimensions. What is that? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, territory is something. So based on, like for example, we have created a account, or we have created an opportunity or lead something. Okay, so there will be, sales people who are working in that particular location. For example, let's say myself. So I am the salesperson of one of our business who implemented Oracle Sales Cloud application. I looks after Delhi region. Okay, so if for example in India, if any account that got created under state or city Delhi, so I will be taking care of that. So that account needs to fall under me, because I am the one who is taking care of entire Delhi region. So like when an account created by X person who is sitting down in United States or in Japan, but still the account needs to come to me, because they are not the one who are aware of the Delhi business. I am the one who aware of completely in and out about the Delhi business. So I should be the one who will be taking care of entire Delhi. So at that point of time, we will have this territories concept, where we will be defining territories in a hierarchical way. So in that, so under India, like if we create a territory called India under global, so under India territory, again we will be creating 27 or 28 child territories, where each and every state will come. So as the Delhi is one of the union territory, let's say we have created it as another child territory. So if they select Delhi in any of the address parameters, automatically my territory will go and assign to the account, irrespective of I am creating the account or I am the owner of the account. My territory will assign to the account, and I will get an access for that particular account. Though the user gives me access or not, I am the territory owner, I will be getting the access.
Okay.
So I will cover in depth how do we set up the territories and what is territory and everything. I will show you how do we define everything in the further sessions. Okay, but you understood a glance of what is a territory, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, Kumaran, I can hear you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, address formats. So this is a task. So let me select United States. So if you see for United States, we have defined address format, postal code address formats. So we are not using the tags. So I'm not covering this. So like I'm selecting these postal address formats. So in the United States, so if you see, so these are the address elements which are enabled in the US. So I will show you. Let me walk you through one of the account in US so that you can understand.
Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah, Kumar.
Can we continue tomorrow?
Okay, just give me a 1 minute. Actually, it's almost done. I'll just show you one thing and I will wind up the session.
Okay.
So Kumaran, like if you see here in the profile,
Yeah.
so we have a few attributes which we have entered for this particular address, right? So those attributes will be coming from the manage address formats. So address line 1, 2, 3 and postal code. These are coming from there. And if you
What
select
is the
required,
profile? What is the profile?
this so this is a tab where the account details will be present. So as part of account session, so you will be able to cover understand what exactly it is.
Okay.
So these all are called as subtabs. If you see here, these all are subtabs, as profile is one of the subtab in under account. Okay, so if you see here, this country address line 1 2 3, like these are the things which are coming up from here. So address line 1 2 3, county, city, and these things as if it is required. So if we select this checkbox ideally, so it has to show the uh, required thing over here, but not sure why it is not showing up. So that is one
Hmm.
thing, and the uppercase one. So based on these, so we will configure the layout. What are the attributes should be shown for this particular country in the address section. So we'll configure that. So yeah, so I'm stopping till here.